Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for First Alert 6 streaming. I'm Cerise Cole.
And I'm Erin Hartley, joined by Jarrett Lansford and Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord. We are in for kind of a roller coaster effect of temperatures. We have some really nice days coming up. Then next week, Mother Nature says, just kidding.
Yeah, it's going to sting a little bit. Coldest air of the season, still poised. I want to give you the latest on what we're thinking here as we start off next week. So let's get right to those First Alert weather days. I still think we're going to be stuck in the single digits all day on Monday. Really, really struggling to warm. We do get to 21 by Tuesday afternoon, but it's the morning hours prompted us to leave Tuesday as a First Alert 6 weather day. Wind chills could be as cold as 20 below each of those mornings. And I think Monday and Tuesday morning we'll have our first sub-zero temperatures of the season. So Omaha right now, pretty quiet out there. We're up to 13 degrees, so it's an improvement from yesterday. That's an improvement too. The feels like number is above zero. Temperatures still holding on to a few single digits in west central Iowa, but overall a better feel to everything. A lot of the wind chills are above zero, a couple of stragglers in our northeastern counties, but hey, we're starting to improve. It's getting a little bit better. Wind chill forecast for today should get those up into the 20s with sunshine, a little bit of a breeze. Uncomfortable, but it's not all that bad. Here's that southwest wind. You'll notice it out of the southwest, gusting to near 20 miles per hour today, perhaps a little bit stronger late in the afternoon. But a southwest wind is a good wind this time of year because it'll drag in the warm air. If we have the sunshine paired with it, that's pretty good. Got this cluster of clouds in our area dropping southeast. Another little boundary up here to the north will be trying to move in as well. But overall, I think we can go 37 for the high today, 45 on Thursday, 47 by Friday, the way things are looking. And then you'll notice here Saturday into Sunday, yeah, things kind of take a little turn there. Everything falls off. You'll really probably notice it'll be Friday overnight when that cold air pours in. I don't want Saturday morning to sting for you.
It's going to hit us in the face, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sting.
All right, let's talk again about Monday, Tuesday. How bad those wind chills going to be?
Well, here's the deal. So over the weekend, the wind will bring in some of the cold air. The coldest of the air is going to arrive by likely Sunday night into Monday morning. Look where the wind chills are by 7 o'clock Sunday night. We're talking about 10 to 20 below over a good chunk of the area. I think by Monday morning, you're getting up. If you do have to head to the office, it is MLK Day. We're about 15 to 25 below zero to start off Monday with our wind chills. Most of the school districts will likely be out. There could be some rural ones that are still in session, but it's going to be a cold morning. Those wind chills will struggle on Monday to get back above 10 below. And then they'll dip again Monday night into Tuesday morning, where they could, once again, 15 to 25 below across the area Tuesday morning. So back-to-back mornings. We should improve then Tuesday afternoon. It's looking a lot better there. The 10-day forecast gives you a little indication of what some of the actual air temperatures will look like. 18 on Saturday. We'll go to 11 on Sunday. And then notice we can dip below zero heading into Monday morning, below zero for Tuesday morning. We've trended a little lower with those, just given how the last blast of cold air played out. I'm fearing maybe models don't have it quite as cold as it's going to be, so I'm trying to anticipate that. 9 degrees for the high on Tuesday. It does moderate a bit. Starting Tuesday afternoon, you can see it does get better next week, back up to where we should be, up into the 30s. And there's no snow, nothing with this at all. So we're going to keep the dry weather going. But that's what you get there for the 10-day forecast. All the eyes will be on the cold air. It starts to move in this weekend, but we first alerted the coldest of the air because we haven't been below zero yet, and that should start by Monday morning.
All right, we'll be prepared. In the meantime, you have a crash you're following this morning?
Yeah, pay attention if you use Highway 370. We've had this crash for about 20-25 minutes, and it's been impacting traffic a little bit more and more as we're picking things up right around 96. So let's take a look at where things stand right now. The crash is actually eastbound as you're looking to turn to southbound 96th. But it's impacting the entire intersection because traffic's trying to turn there and it can't do it very easily, so you're getting delays. Southbound as people try to go forward. You've got westbound that's seeing some delays if you're approaching that intersection in general. you'll just want to be prepared for impacts as people try to navigate their way around that one. Elsewhere, I've been watching this. This has been interesting as we've made our way through the last 20 minutes or so. This is I-80 near 84th, moving along pretty well on the interstate, and the ramp looks good right now, but we did have some pretty sizable backups that were showing up just about 10 minutes ago on that ramp that was almost onto the interstate proper. Looking better here, but you can see how southbound is slow. There is a bit of a delay trying to get onto actual 84th. That's worth watching, that how things proceed there near that interchange. And then, of course, this is right where we've got the closure that's in place on 72nd. So you've already got northbound 84th, in addition to 60th, where a lot of people are going to be traveling. Now, we've seen the delays showing up at times on 60th. It actually looks okay right now. 84th, though, you'll notice as you're getting right near L, it's backing up some. So this entire area is likely going to stay pretty busy and have people still making adjustments, not just this morning, but likely for the next few mornings too, with that fresh closure there on 72nd within the last couple days. People still figuring out how the traffic flow works through that area. So use some patience as you head through there. Picking things up elsewhere, a little slow there near 90th and Maple, but otherwise, in addition to this slowdown on Highway 92 right near Lewis Central High, we are otherwise looking at a pretty smooth start to the morning. Few areas that are running slow. Of course, we got that crash that we're keeping a close eye on. We'll keep you posted on that.
All right, Jared, thank you. All right, in the meantime, in a First Alert 6 exclusive investigation, for about 2 years, Daniel and Jocelyn Medrano rented their Omaha home through Airbnb.
This includes an 11-day booking over the holidays. Now, the couple kept a close eye on their home through surveillance cameras. They noticed men would leave and come back with suspicious items. And when police conducted a traffic stop of one of the men's vehicles, they found meth.
Use our bedroom as the drying room. Same with my daughter's room. They would dry the crystal meth there. They cooked the crystal meth in our kitchen and then use our bedroom for drying.
Well, 3 people were arrested. They are being held on a $500,000 bond.
This all comes as authorities say cartels from Mexico are moving away from fentanyl and focusing more on meth once again. OPD says it's a cost-effective way of moving chemicals across the border. Now, cartel members will stay at Airbnbs for a couple of weeks, cook as much as they can, and then they leave. If you plan to rent out your home, OPD did share some advice. They say to meet with your renters if you can. If you can't, ask a neighbor or a friend to maybe check in with them. Consider adding surveillance cameras to the inside and outside of your home. Tell your neighbors when you're leaving and ask them to report any suspicious activity. Finally, join OPD's special attention list. An officer will drive by your home while you're away.
Good information there. All right, I'm here with Maria Kate at the safety desk with more information you need to know. January is known as Stalking Awareness Month, in case you didn't know. And Maria's here to first alert us to what we should all really be looking out for.
I know there are a lot of things, some key findings that experts say that you really want to keep an eye out for, not just for yourself, but if there's a loved one or a friend who might be going through something like this. So Domestic Violence Services Network, they say around 13.5 million people in the U.S. experience stalking every single year. Now, there are those patterns that we said that you should look out for. Experts say some common stalking behavior could be things like unwanted texting or emailing, leaving notes or gifts, and tracking someone's movements. One victim services director says if this is happening to you, it's really important to try and keep a record of everything that's going on if you can.
Documenting every incident is very important. Saving the messages, taking screenshots, keeping a record of the times and dates.
Now, of course, as with anything, if you feel you are in immediate danger or if you think there are any threats of harm coming towards you, do not wait. You want to call 911 immediately, but you can also get connected with a local victim service provider. They can help provide some resources and really get you on the path out of that.
I feel like this issue's been brought to light recently with Caitlin Clark's case being in the headlines.
It's very timely.
So, yes, for sure. All right, we want to go to healthy eating. It's so important, but a new report's finding healthy eating along with food satisfaction are on the decline.
I know. know, this is an interesting report that's coming out from Gallup, and they collected data from people in over 140 countries, so all across the world. They were talking about different habits and different things that they eat, asking them several questions about the food, and 81% of the people who were surveyed said that they do enjoy their food, but that's actually down from 87% the year before. Now, mostly 75% said that they ate mostly healthy food, and that's also a drop compared to 82%. Again, this is for 140 countries, so a lot of people all over the world, but when you zoom in and break it down to just the U.S., that number is dropping even more. Only 71% of people say that they eat healthy, which is, you know, a pretty big drop compared to what the numbers were last year. And right now, the researchers said that they don't know why there was that big of a decline, so hopefully something that we'll get some more information out soon.
And a challenge for us to just to do better little by little, right? Maria, thank you. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back on this Wednesday morning. Time now 7:13. We have kind of a nice little break from the winter weather, the extreme winter weather. A couple of nice days, and then Monday and Tuesday is First Alert days.
And you talk about it. There's just a lot going on over the course of the next few days. There's ups and downs. You want to pay attention each and every day because it'll start to kind of blend together after a while. But the next few days, like Aaron said, today, tomorrow, Friday look great. The cold pours in this weekend. We're at 13 right now. You got the single digits are being pushed off towards the east, and you can see most of Nebraska in the teens to start off. So we'll take this and try to warm from there. Your winds are pretty light out of the south, thank goodness, at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Those will pick up. Notice the gusts up to about 20, maybe 25 miles per hour at times today. So a tad on the breezy side. We have some clouds. They're exiting to the southeast. Another little batch will try to drop in late today, but this, like all the other systems, will just dry out and there's not going to be much to it. So let me show you how that plays out here. From this point on, there go the clouds. Temperatures in the teens through 9 o'clock. Take you towards noon, should be up into the mid-20s, and then we make our way into the afternoon. 20s become 30s. By 3 o'clock, we're looking at 37. That's above average. Average high is about 33, and I think we can get some good warmth kind of pooling out ahead of this next batch of clouds that drop in this evening. So some pretty good weather, albeit a tad breezy. These clouds won't do anything. As you can see, they roll through without any snow. And then by 10 o'clock tonight, we're in the 30s. Should be able to fall off a little bit heading towards tomorrow morning. The wind will relax just enough that we'll dip down into the 20s, and then we'll likely start from there and try to rebound even better for Thursday. No snow in the next 24 hours, no snow for a while. We'll call the car wash forecast a go for it. If you want to get it clean while it's a little warmer, you got a good opportunity to do that today, tomorrow, and into Friday with highs in the 40s. And again, if we go a little bit higher today, watch us add a few more degrees to Thursday and Friday, just trying to see how the weather's going to react with the southwest wind and a little snow cover to our south. We could trend a little warmer Thursday and Friday, and then there's the colder air rolling in for Saturday and Sunday. The early hints of it, we talked about it a little earlier. It will gradually get colder during the day on Saturday. That 18, tough to tell just what part of the day that's going to be, but yeah, cold air rolls in this weekend.
Yeah, so we're looking at all the numbers. We like those, but we're missing the snow.
Yeah.
What's the latest on the snow list that you've been keeping track of, the snow amounts?
Trends have just been so low with our snow amounts. Everybody knows the story. And even with this blast of cold air that's coming in here, there's no hints of any snow whatsoever, just a big cold blast that's relatively dry, and we're going to have a couple of mornings below zero Monday and Tuesday morning on first alert weather days. So with that, we're number 2 on the list through yesterday, and with another week to 10 days, we should be number 1 without any changes in the way snow forecast looks. So this 53-54 year, I'll have to go back and look. One of these two was either this one or this one. We ended up with 8 total inches of snow. So that's the lowest, and that's the lowest total snowfall in a season. And boy, we are making a run at that. You can look at this chart here anytime you want to on our website. This shows where we should be, about 11 inches of snow. We've had 1, and last year we had about 15 total by this time of the year. So you can see just a wild shortfall, and there's nothing. We couldn't make it through the rest of January with little to nothing.
Sad. We don't want to be number 1 on that
I
list,
know, it's
right?
so dry. At some point, it'd be nice to have snow. We'll see how it goes.
Isn't it funny, because last year we were saying how we had like about 2 weeks where we just crammed all of winter into those 2 weeks.
I feel like it's looming,
And
right?
we just haven't had it at all, really. We've had some cold, but
yeah. About it.
I feel like it's going to happen, though. I feel like it's waiting.
She's
it's
got
gonna
all
be
her
there.
money on February.
I don't want to like manifest anything. Okay. We also don't want to manifest any more crashes. You're talking about one already.
yeah, we're keeping eyes on 370. I do have an update with how things are going right near 96. We've opened 370 back up. So that was kind of blocking right that area where we were going from 370 eastbound to southbound 96. The 370 part is open. We do still have southbound with that crash being in place. So you're still looking at impacts at this intersection. So continue to use caution as you're heading through there. People who are trying to go to southbound may still back things up on 370 as that crash scene continues to get looked at. Other slowdowns. Remember just a little bit ago we were looking at 60th and hey, it looked fine. Well, now it's orange. So things have really slowed down, and I'm not surprised by this. It's people trying to find alternate routes to not use 72nd since that's closed. And what's going to happen is as we continue to pick up the traffic each morning, both 60th and 84th northbound are going to start backing up. And there's just not a lot you could do about it if you're trying to get northbound to get to I-80. This is the way it's going to be here over the next couple of months with that closure being in place. So just continue to be prepared for things to be slow. Maybe leave a little extra time for that morning drive.
Yeah, that's an option. All right, Jared, thank you. Well, Governor Kim Reynolds gave her condition of the state address.
And she says Iowa is number 1 for retirement, millennial home ownership, and fiscal responsibility. She also highlighted the state's response to last year's natural disasters. Reynolds says that Iowa was granted 3 presidential disaster declarations in just 2 months last year. Happening today, Governor Jim Pillen is set to deliver his State of the State address. The speech is at 10 a.m. in Lincoln. Pillen has already voiced his support on several bills introduced in the legislature, including some addressing online safety for kids. He also joined with other state leaders to support bills that aim to protect state agriculture. More than a year since it began, construction on Omaha Public Library's future central location is still far from over.
Now, First Alert 6 got a tour of the progress, though. The 105,000 square foot facility features several floors worth of spaces. It will have an automated storage and retrieval system known as ASRS.
The ASRS will allow us to start to hold more of those documents, those photos, all the things that tell the story of Omaha, tell the story of us as a community.
Library officials want this central location to serve as a hub for creativity, innovation, and workforce development. They plan to open this location in 2026. Well, a popular YouTuber and educator is coming to a streaming service near you.
The platform you can catch Miss Rachel on. That's when we come back. Popular YouTuber and kids educator Miss Rachel is coming to Netflix.
Yeah, 4 episodes of Miss Rachel will debut on Netflix later this month. The episodes will consist of compilations of her social media videos. Miss Rachel was one of the top earning online creators last year. Forbes estimates she earned nearly $12 million from her videos, her toys, and her books. Now she's going to be on Netflix. Miss Rachel's doing her thing.
I was going to say only one person here can really shed some light on the situation. Rusty?
She's a former school teacher.
Okay.
She had a son that had speech delays, and she started creating videos, kind of fill the void, and it just took off. I was floored when I looked up her net worth.
Wow.
It was mostly from YouTube hits.
Wow.
It was
You make a lot of money there.
bonkers, but yeah, my daughter Charlotte wouldn't stop watching it. Now she
loves Miss Rachel.
I will say it's kind of nice to see someone who does good for children and children's programming be very kind of like a new Mr. Rogers, honestly. It's really nice to see someone have that kind of success. I'm all for that.
And how she started. She's just trying to help her own son.
Her husband is a Broadway composover.
Oh,
so then they made music and
genius.
I love that.
You make a song, the kids love it, and
Take
That's like a recipe for success.
They did great work, but
now I want to tune into Miss Rachel.
I'm taking some notes here.
Watch party with Charlie.
You want a bunch of songs in your head? Go right for it.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to get ready for our update on today's show. Of course, you can watch it here on streaming, or you can watch it over the air.
All right. Have a great start to your Wednesday.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. It is 7:26. I'm Cerise Cole.
And everyone, Hartley, let's get a check on the traffic and how it's looking this morning. Another crash to talk about this morning, Jarrett.
Yeah, this is a new one that's on Fort, right at the 680 interchange. You can see the big delays that are showing up as you're approaching the ramps there on the east side of that interchange. So be ready for delays. It's probably a good idea to consider an alternate route to avoid this area. Maybe go to the Maple interchange if you need to get on to 680. You could do that as you're making your way around that area. As we continue to watch the other crash that's in place. This is 96th and Highway 370. Still some delays as you're trying to get to southbound 96 where that crash is in place. So another spot to use some extra caution. Rusty.
Thanks, Jared. Let's talk about the temperatures out there this morning because they're better than they were yesterday. 13 feels like 3. Still cold, still need to layer up, but this is where we're starting off this morning and should get a chance to jump a little better because of the southwest wind. Now, it'll get up near 20 miles per hour later today. So you'll notice it out there, but it's dragging in the warm air. So have some patience with it, because as the sun makes its way out, we'll go to 37 later on this afternoon, and it should feel and look a lot better out there today. And it gets even better beyond that. We'll go to 45 on Thursday, 47 on Friday. And notice, though, the cold air pours right back in this weekend. I think temperatures really take a nosedive Friday night. It's going to be tough to warm in this upcoming weekend. Aaron?
Happening today, Governor Jim Pillen is set to deliver his State of the State address. The speech is at 10 a.m. in Lincoln. A news conference will then follow afterwards at 11.
All right, it is 7:28. We are back with another update for you in 25 minutes. We'll see you then.